Hey, David Bridge Jr. This might actually be the greatest thing about the One Funnel Away challenge, and I'll relate it to you this way. There's one particular time I was about an hour away from home, going to make the trip home in my car, and I started out and headed off, and in, in no particular hurry, but just wanted to be home, and got on the interstate and looked down and realized on this 80 mile trip, I had about 65 miles worth of gas. You know how the gauge appears on your dashboard, you can tell pretty close how far you can get on what gas you have left. And I was just, I, I, I thought, well, I don't know. I think I can make it. So I just started. I didn't turn around. I just kept going because it's an 80-mile trip. You get a few different opportunities along the way to actually stop and get gas. But for me, I don't know if it's a disease or what, but I once I'm on the road, I don't want to stop. I want to finish the trip. I want to get there. And that could be said for a book too. But in this particular case, it just happened maybe a month or so ago where I just, all right, I thought, well, normally I hit the cruise. I backed it off on the amount of speed that I was going to go. Normally I go, just over the speed limit to the point where I'm not going to get a speeding ticket. And I backed it off of that a little bit and I just watched the gauge. I mean, aside from my eyes being on the road, that's where my focus was on the countdown, if you will. And as I made the trip and I completely avoided hitting the brakes because that's going to affect the fuel efficiency. I would draft behind some trucks as much as I could to affect the fuel efficiency. And as I got closer and closer, every gas station that I could come across, I was doing the math in my head. Do I have enough? At about the 60-mile mark, I had about 44. So I was making up ground, miles of gas left. And it seemed as though it's a level trip for the most part, but there's obviously going to be one way that's in higher elevation at the end of the day than the other. And so I felt like I was making ground, and with about uh, 40 miles left, I had about 30 or 20. What did I have? I had about 32 miles, I think, if I remember, gas left. And when I hit about 30 miles left, I had about 25 miles of gas left. And I thought, you know what? I'm not, this is the second to last chance. If I don't make the decision now and there, I went past the exit. So there's only one more opportunity to go. And as I came up on the last one, I thought, you know what? I'm either going to run out of gas or I'm going to make it home. And I just said, let's just go. Forget it. I'm going to keep going. And you know what? That's one of the things that I can relate to you about the One Funnel Away challenge with versus some other courses that are out there. For other courses, you can get the dump and have everything available to you and just want to go through it like the trip home, which I made, by the way. I mean, there's nothing dramatic about it, but I made it with for about 8, 9 miles on zero. And as soon as I got off the exit where I live, I immediately got gas and filled it up like with more gas than I've ever bought in my entire life for that vehicle, I should say. So the cool thing about the One Full Away Challenge is that instead of dumping all of the content out on you at one time, and what I would do is go through it and finish it, but then be so overwhelmed by the whole amount of things that need to be done that to implement the course and the information, I was always hard pressed in the past to then go back and take a step at a time and actually finish and complete and implement what it is that I bought versus the One Funnel Away challenge. It's interesting, which I'll, by the way, if you stick around till the very end, I'll give you the bonuses that I'll give you for taking advantage of it through what I have to offer. So any other most of the other times with like a book, like you said, I just got to finish it. I mean, there might be some cool stuff in there, but I've come to the point where I'll back off some of the books and scribble some stuff in the margins and to as far as action items is concerned. But if I go back, one of the great, if not the greatest thing, besides the content itself is excellent, is it only gives you 1 day at a time to go through it and then implement it. You can't go to the end and get it all. You have to just take it a step at a time and actually implement what it is. And so, with that said, here are the couple of really cool bonuses that I have whenever you take advantage of it through me. One of them being a transcription of every module in the course, where so you don't have to go through and scribble out notes on everything and hit pause and write down the notes. You can watch the video and put it in the margin if you want to print it off. Or if you don't have access to your computer on the time that you want to take advantage of the course, you can just print it off and read it and then take notes. It's one of the cool things I thought would be really handy and really helpful. Another one being, second bonus is a syllabus, an outline, not only of just what you could see on the side of what's available and what's coming up, but how much time is each of the modules going to take in terms of reviewing the content, and then how much time, give or take, could the action item be to actually. So now the cool thing about that is you can plan ahead and not get caught off guard because of the amount of content that is. I've seen a lot of people in some of the support groups saying, "Oh man, I'm so far behind. I can't believe got left." And you don't have to worry about getting left behind because then you can prepare in advance for how much time you need to allocate towards the challenge in and of itself. So transcriptions, the syllabus. Another thing I'm going to give you is to help you along is for the first handful, 10 that register through me, I'm going to give you 30 minutes at whatever point of a video conference call to take advantage of it to help you through the course, whether you want it at the beginning, in the middle, or the end. 30 minutes, I'll help you out. Another one is to put together is a support group of my own, because a lot of the stuff, I mean, I've got a support group set up for each of the challenges, but with 1,000 people in there at any given time, some of the things, some comments can get lost and not get as much attention as would be deserved, I should say. And the last one is the success mindset elevator that I put together for you, because well, there can be some self-doubt that can creep in, and what this will do is just wipe it out and let you forge ahead and keep focused on the reason you wanted to put it together in the first place. So hey, listen, I'm David Bridge Jr. Greatest thing about the One Fell on Weight Challenge, in my opinion, one of the greatest things anyway, is it's incrementally released, and that way you can't just forge ahead or you jump ahead to the end and finish, and then be left with a mountain of tasks to do that are overwhelming. So I'm David Bridge Jr. I hope this helps. Take advantage of it through my link, and see you next time.